baby oil, 1 large cucumber, rope, rubber gloves, gaffer tape. Oh, hang on a minute, Andy, this is that shopping list you gave me. I couldn't get any baby oil, so you have to use some saliva. Just spit on it. Sorry, Sophie. Okay then, right. I'm Jim, obviously, the best man. I first became friends with Andy when we were about 11. And I started walking home with him from school.
Oh, God.
Bad about that, is there? Right, now Andy's dad, Malcolm, wasn't as strict as my dad, which came in great when growing up, as you need a place to make fires, shoot air rifles, get pissed when you're 13, and experiment with soft drugs. Now these were the days before the internet, so if you wanted to see some pornography, then you needed a friend like Andy to rummage through his brother's bedroom until he found the entire cardboard box, about that big, full of dirty magazines. So it was because of Andy that I got my first glimpse of some porn. He also helped me get drunk for the first time and helped me get stoned. So it was inevitable that he would help me have sex for the first time. He said to me...
I did actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's with the truth.
Yeah, what's the truth?
He said to me, Jim, I want you to experience the pleasures of intercourse. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to arrange for you to pop your cherry. Well, how could I resist? Hang on, Andy, we'll get into the main facts. And to this day, I'll never forget the sight of Andy on all fours wearing a French maid outfit. Get a bit of scent, actually. Right, so throughout the past 20 years, we've had countless adventures, driving all over the country in a Mini, getting drunk together, and once we even shared a bed together. Wow. One good time. Now in this bed, we were pretty much spooning. Andy was the big spoon. I was the little spoon. And I was perfectly comfortable with all this. But Andy must have deemed it a bit, not manly enough for him. So he rolled over, nestled his arse against the small of my back, and then let rip what was probably the biggest fart of his life. And my back hasn't been the same since. And even when my wife saw me naked for the first time, she said to me, Jim, you have got a mole on your back, that big. And I said, no, it's just a bit of staining from when Andy farted on me. Where? A scratch and sniff feature on me. Now, Andy has had some highs and lows over the years, and he's been through thick and thin. At least that's what I call his last 2 girlfriends. Not to his face, obviously. He had a motorbike accident, for instance, and I was just in time to witness the aftermath. And when I saw the size of the skid mark he left, I thought that will never wash out. But in true Andy style, he turned a negative situation into a positive situation, and while he was housebound, he started giving guitar lessons and has been self-employed ever since. Which is lucky, because you're not going to get a job looking like that. Not unless anybody knows of a farmer that's lost their scarecrow. He's quite good at scaring birds with it. Now, they say good things come in small packages, which coincidentally is how come Sophie's pregnant. They also say that opposites attract. And when my wife said to me that she's got a friend that's attractive, petite, intelligent, with great personal hygiene, I thought, I know just the man. I don't need to say any more on that one. So a couple of weeks ago, Andy and Sophie met for the first time. And it was obvious that he liked her, because he even got his dad to buy him some new bed sheets for the occasion. And I think the council had to take the old ones away. Put me in the incinerator. It looked something like Tracy Evan's bed. And so began a beautiful relationship. This is where it gets bad. Now, when I heard the great news that Andy and Sophie were going to get married, I thought, that's brilliant. Andy's going to be a groom. And then I thought to myself, what does the word groom actually mean? And then I remembered Andy used to be a teacher. I was going to leave that out because the kids, but lucky they've all gone. I apologise in advance for this one. And then I found out that Sophie's dad, Vaughan, was going to give away Sophie. And I thought that meant he was going to tell us that she's actually a 10-year-old boy in drag. Just the way Andy likes them. But on a serious note, I've known Andy for over 20 years and couldn't ask for a better friend. He's great for advice and always been there for me, day and night, apart from night. And I know that Sophie and their future babies will be looked after by a hard-working and caring guy. And I'd like to say congratulations to you both. And I know that everybody will agree when I say that Sophie is looking stunning tonight, and that Andy is clearly punching above his weight. And I'm not calling you fat.
Have you seen your wife?
Sorry?
I said, have you seen your wife?
So I'd like to raise a toast, if you've got a drink, to Andy and Sophie Sills. Cheers. And just one last thing to leave you with, and this is 100% true, unlike anything else I've said so far, which I made up this morning. When I first met Sophie, she came round to Amy's house and she was getting dressed. So I pitched Sophie a question, because she was studying zoology at the time. And that question was, what's your favourite animal? And what was your answer? No, it was an orangutan. And that's all from me, folks. Thank you. Over to you, Andy.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. I don't know how I'm really going to follow that one. I'd just like to thank everyone to start with for coming. Special people I've got to thank, let me remember, is Sophie, of course. Yeah, so for marrying me, that's not right. People, a bit desperate.
Just thanks for turning up, dude.
Yeah, thanks for turning up. I've totally forgotten because I didn't plan anything, as usual. People know me that I don't really plan things.
No shit.
I'd like to thank my dad for getting a really crap car for me to drive down. That was good fun. Dow Boy's car. Who else? My mum as well for. Hold on that one. Okay.
Just say stuff like that.
Say nice things about my mum. She's organised a lot for tonight and she's worked really hard, and Sophie was, oh there we go. I'd like to thank Amy as well, because I would have never met Sophie without, well, Jim's my best friend, as we've all established, or the worst friend. He introduced us, and yeah, that's it.
He was against the idea.
Oh yeah, Jim actually didn't want us to meet.
I'm not very fast.
I would like to say a few things about how we actually met. The internet, I suppose, word comes to mind really. We didn't meet on the internet, but Jim and Amy did, so that's all right. And yeah, we were talking on Facebook and stuff. And the first time we were actually meant to meet, she stood me up, which was nice. So you did. What was that? You did have a boyfriend? Yeah. went to a barbecue round Amy's, yeah, but we spoke and then met up, and yeah, this is it really. So I don't know what else to say. Just thank everyone. Thank you for all coming, and hope you have a wonderful time and all that really. But that's it. Thank you very much.
I'm not doing another speech or anything.
Where's Andy? He's going to get Andy to play. Oh no.
Yeah.